My name is James Michael Matthew, and I'm the author of Building Fjords in the Great Deserts. I wrote this book to begin to provide the foundation of a textbook that the world can have to come to with a consensus on how to defeat climate change. And I'll be adding additions in the future. I'll just keep adding to it and keep getting input from people in the US, people from around the world, and it'll be a textbook that I believe that people can use to defeat climate change. Several crises are coming together around the world for the first time in history. We have a climate change crisis, we have a global debt crisis, we have a vast and widening income and wealth inequality crisis in this country and around the world. We've studied this and we believe we have the only strategy to defeat climate change. And that strategy is to pump ocean water, salt water, into the great salt basins of the world. So what has happened, humanity's impact on the planet has caused these natural ecosystems to begin to collapse. So the natural photosynthesis cycle, the natural hydration cycles, and the planet is in chaos. The planet is trying to heal itself. The planet will eventually come to some kind of equilibrium. How long that will take, no one knows. Well, we say that the only physically possible way to defeat climate change is to put water that came from land back on land. How hard is that to understand? If billions of years of evolution formed the continents, formed the oceans, and people over thousands of years settled along those ocean levels, and now those ocean levels are rising, this is the biggest social and economic opportunity for this country since the Louisiana Purchase. So our strategy is designed to make money, and lots of money. If you drive around Nevada or you drive around Utah or in Mexico or West Texas, and you drive through the deserts, there's nothing there and the land is worthless, right? And in Nevada and Utah, the land is mostly owned by the federal government. So just add water and you have land now that's worth billions and trillions of dollars. First to pay for the infrastructure itself, and then to fund entitlements into perpetuity. And I'm saying if you crunch the numbers, not only can you pay to build the infrastructure, to do the water import, to build all the desalination plants, then you sell, basically it's a large real estate project. You sell those now very valuable lands to bidders, an open bidding process, and you just continue to expand that effort. And I'm confident, and people can crunch their own numbers, that if you do that, it'll pay for itself and pay off the federal debt. It'll pay for payroll taxes into perpetuity. Several people have asked me as I've had them look at this manuscript, and they said, well, why hasn't somebody tried this already? If it's such a great idea, why not? So if you're going to try to make the political and economic argument to pipe desalinate ocean water at the Pacific Ocean, imports fresh water to, say, the Great Salt Lake, that's never going to work. But if you say, well, let's just do the largest real estate project ever done in the US, and to create trillions of dollars of wealth in government land simply by making that land hydrated, that works. So that's the strategy, that's the book, that's why I want to make it into a textbook. So over time, the world has a platform, a map, documented procedures that they can build a consensus around, and building up the enabling legislation around, and get federal government, state governments, city governments, tribal governments all together, and take advantage of this greatest economic opportunity since the Louisiana Purchase. we come at believing that you can't try to come up with strategies that would work to defeat climate change without considering all these other crises simultaneously for a number of reasons. One, you can't get people behind it because they